The most fascinating element of this entire shift in power within the Browns organization isn't just the performance on the field or the media reaction outside the building. It's what's happening internally, behind the scenes, in conversations we don't hear and meetings we will never see. When a rookie quarterback earns the support of the team's most dominant figure, the coaching staff can feel that pressure immediately. Myles Garrett isn't just a star player. He is the cultural heartbeat of the Browns, the tone setter, the voice that carries weight in every room he walks into. When someone like that speaks publicly in favor of a quarterback, it creates a ripple effect through every level of the organization. Veterans take notice. Younger players align their energy accordingly. Position groups start building around the momentum. It changes the emotional chemistry of the locker room in a way that no coaching decision or press statement ever could. This is where things become dangerous for Kevin Stefanski. Coaches thrive on structure, hierarchy, and control. They decide who starts, who sits, who plays, and who gets developed. But when the locker room decides something different, when the emotional momentum of the team points toward a new leader, the coach can either adapt or fracture the room. A divided locker room is the fastest way to destroy a season, and if Stefanski chooses to reinsert Dillon Gabriel purely out of commitment to his original plan, he risks losing the very players who define the toughness and identity of this team. Garrett putting his voice behind Shatter wasn't random. It was intentional, calculated, and rooted in the belief that this young quarterback gives them the best chance to win now, not someday in the future. What makes Garrett's endorsement even more powerful is the way it contrasts with the narrative that followed Shatter into the NFL. He arrived as a polarizing figure, dismissed by some as a product of hype, overshadowed by his father's legacy, and questioned by analysts who refused to look past his draft position. Being a fifth-round pick comes with certain expectations, or rather, the lack of them. Most fifth-round quarterbacks never see meaningful snaps. They become backups, practice squad bodies, or emergency fill-ins. They rarely shift the direction of a franchise. But Shatter wasn't built for that role. His demeanor, his preparation, his confidence, all pointed toward a player who believed he belonged on the field, even when the coaching staff buried him on the depth chart. That belief became infectious once he stepped into the starting lineup. Suddenly, receivers were running routes with sharper urgency. The offensive line, despite its flaws, seemed more focused on giving him time. The sideline atmosphere felt different, more alive, more hopeful. Football teams can sense when a quarterback has something special, and the Browns felt it as soon as Shatter started making plays. That deep throw to Isaiah Bond wasn't just a highlight. It was a revelation. It showed that Cleveland finally had a quarterback who could punish defenses vertically, extending the field in ways that force opponents to change their game plans. It showed that he wasn't afraid to take risks when the moment called for it, and that he had the arm talent to justify that confidence. Players respond to that. They rally around it because they know how rare it is. In a league where dozens of quarterbacks are interchangeable and forgettable, someone who can change the dynamic of a game with one throw becomes invaluable. Garrett recognizing that and vocalizing it publicly signals a shift that Stefanski can't ignore. The message is clear. The locker room has chosen its leader, and the coaching staff must decide whether they will follow or resist. The comparison between the momentum surrounding Shatter and the uncertainty surrounding Dillon Gabriel highlights how quickly fortunes can change in the NFL. Gabriel's injury opened a door he may never get back through. Before the concussion, he had the full support of the coaching staff, the starting reps, and the organizational plan behind him. But football doesn't care about plans. It rewards production, energy, and belief. And right now, all three of those forces are flowing in Shatter's direction. If Stefanski attempts to return to Gabriel once he's cleared, he risks more than just on-field performance. He risks losing the trust of his players, who have already emotionally invested in the rookie. He risks alienating the fan base, who finally feel excitement at the quarterback position after decades of disappointment. And he risks creating internal resentment, especially from leaders like Garrett who have publicly stated their belief in Sanders. Coaches have been fired for far less than ignoring the pulse of their locker room. This moment feels like a crossroads for the Browns franchise, one that could define the next decade. If they fully commit to Shatter, build around him, and allow him to develop with consistent support, they may finally escape the endless quarterback carousel that has haunted them for years. If they hesitate, if they revert to familiar patterns of indecision and caution, they could squander the best opportunity they've had in a generation. What makes Shatter's rise even more compelling is the way he carries himself. His confidence doesn't feel manufactured or arrogant. It feels earned. When he talks about only having 1 week of practice and hints at how dangerous the offense could become, he isn't bragging. He's stating a reality that everyone watching can see. His potential isn't hypothetical. It's tangible, visible in every snap he takes. That kind of self-awareness combined with talent creates the foundation for leadership. The locker room senses it, and so does the fan base. Now the pressure shifts entirely to Stefanski. His next decision will be the most scrutinized of his coaching career. He can align himself with the momentum, listen to the leaders of his team, and ride the wave that Shatter has created. Or he can cling to the original depth chart and risk everything. The wrong decision could cost him his job. The right decision could save it. So, what do you think happens next? Should Kevin Stefanski commit to Shatter as the starter, or should he return to Dillon Gabriel once he's cleared? How much weight should Myles Garrett's endorsement carry inside the organization? Do you believe the Browns have finally found the quarterback they've been searching for all these years? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is one of the biggest turning points in recent NFL history, and I want to hear your take. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to follow every twist and turn of Shatter's journey, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share this with every Browns fan you know because this decision will shape the future of the franchise. The moment of truth is coming, the stakes couldn't be higher, and the real drama is just beginning. Until next time, keep watching, keep believing, and keep coming back for more incredible content.